Hey family, hey family, what's up? I am here at the Cowrie Shell Center, the Hair Care and Holistic Center, man, and Wellness Center. And I'm here with the wonderful and lovely, the great one, the priestess, the woman of the hour, Yendys Nefer-Atum in the building. How you doing, Yendys?
Great. Good to be here. Good to be here. Good to have you here.
Well, I am. First of all, thank you for allowing me to be here in your beautiful place, your beautiful abode.
It's an absolute pleasure.
And we're going straight to YouTube with this, so it is what it is on King Simon Presents. So I am happy that we're here, and she actually opened up her place for us to see. As you can see, we're right in front of an altar, one of her creations for the ancestors, and we're going to discuss a lot of that. We're going to get into all of that. I want to make sure y'all are getting me in this frame, but you will be able to call in. You will be able to call in and find out more about this beautiful holistic center. And we're going to go into her life, talk about, we're going to sit here and drink some soup and tea with Yendys, man. And got a whole lot of stuff here. We got food.
We got soup. We got autumn
It's a
blend
beautiful
tea.
place. It's a beautiful place. As you can see, the background is beautiful.
And the place is it's transformative,
Yes.
during the day on
Right.
Tuesdays through Saturday.
Right.
It's a natural hair care center.
Mm.
It's a Yoni temple.
Mm.
This I don't know if you can see the
But
fabric
they can't
behind
see
me.
everything yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
But it's usually a temple space, a sacred space for my sisters to come in and have 2 hours to themselves. There's usually an altar here where they sit, and I take them through a sacred rites of passage back into their divine feminine selves. And usually this is a seating area, but this is a really spacious day. Some call it Halloween, some call it Hallows Eve, some call it Ancestral Day. Going into Day of the Dead and different, some call it Samhain. I call it a day of celebration. We are here. We chose to be here. We chose to be here in this moment.
That's right.
We woke up this morning, and it's a day to celebrate. Every
It
day
is.
is a day to celebrate, and it's still October. So with the last day of
Last
October,
day of
so
October.
my birthday was October 8th. So
That's
I
right.
celebrate every single day of that month.
And we're going to turn down the music just a little bit so we can, get to just a little bit. Yeah, I know, right? It's on the other side. We got you, sis. Yeah, there. You found it? You sitting on it? I like that. That's good. It's right there. Got it. So that we're gonna turn down the sound so you can hear us a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Right there. That's good. So we're here at this beautiful space, and not only does she does natural hair care, and you've been doing it for like over 30 years now, right?
Yeah, my oldest daughter is 32 years old. So even before she was a thought, I was actually doing hair care. It wasn't always natural hair care, but I definitely had my hands in people's hair for a really long time. But I would say that by the time the second daughter, who's 30 years old, by the time she came along, I would say that I was at that point, I was really calling it, I was doing business in hair care.
Right. Wow.
And as taking care of people's hair, I was buying commercial products for the hair.
Right.
But I was seeing that those commercial products wasn't giving me the results that I was looking for.
Right.
People still had whatever challenges and issues that they have with their hair. So
and we will be looking at some of her products also.
Ancient blends.
That's right. And your website, just to start it off, let the people know your website first.
Yes, visit my website, www.cowrieshellcenter.com. COWRIESHELL.com.
That's right. And of course, to contact you.
And you can reach me at 718-221-2051. Or my cell, 347-635-3676. I have to kind of think about that one for a minute because we don't call ourselves. So 347-635-3676. Feel free to text me. Sometimes it's faster to get a text than a phone call because I'm probably in session with someone. So I can, text you back and very quiet.
And what's so important that people don't know that. Oh, she does Yoni stuff, but I usually joke about little 2 units steam to go. That's just my crazy self. But I be having fun. But it's serious business. It's a serious health factor, especially in our women in our community, especially people like Queen Afua, who she has studied under. Matter of fact, you was part of the first class with Queen
The
Afua.
very first class before the Sacred Woman book was actually created, she was receiving the downloads,
Right.
and she was, having it typed up.
Mhm.
And each weekend, each Saturday, we met on Saturdays from like about, I think, 8:30 or 9 a.m. till about 6 or 7 p.m. in the evenings
Mhm.
for 14 weeks, 14 really beautiful, intense weeks. And our queen was basically, she gave so much of herself, and I feel so honored and so blessed to have received it straight from her. So
Mhm.
after my session, I think we were 25, there were 25 of us.
Right.
Classes got progressively bigger, they grew after that. But
Mhm.
I am very happy to still be participating. Queen calls me her priestess, one of her priestesses of antiquity, because me and one or two of my other priestess sisters, either Deborah or Helenas, we do the opening of the way for the ascension for the new sisters coming through Sacred Women Rites of
Right.
Passage. So
And that's
the
an
audience might have seen me.
And what's so
doing it.
ironic, you speak about Queen, and
Yes.
on the way here, I seen her off the bus.
Really?
She was right there in front of
Lakewood?
Restoration Plaza.
In
Yes,
Lakewood.
she
Sponsor,
was. In all of her purple
sponsor.
and her lavender and everything. She looking good, but I couldn't jump off the bus and say anything because I was on the bus.
Right.
But I thought about jumping off, but I went to the next stop after time was here. So Queen has definitely been someone of importance to me, especially when she was with Baba Phil. I knew them from then, and then she went with Baba Samaj.
Yes, Baba Heru.
Baba Heru.
Yeah.
Who was your teacher? With them two together, that was
Yes.
definitely your teacher.
Baba is still actually
Yeah.
my divine high priest right now. You know, he's been such a father figure to all of us priestesses, and anybody who's been in contact with him has definitely, benefited from his love, his tutelage, his wisdom.
And his website is studiopatah.com.
Yes.
The Studio of Patah.
Yes.
.com. And Queen Afua is queenafua.com. So
yes.
if you want to go to the elders that have been teaching this for 40, 50 years, please go to those two. Dear Leo spirits, dear Leo energy that I've worked with. And I'm so proud of them for doing what they've done and educating beautiful women like her and the many thousands of people around the world that have received their education and their spiritual guidance through learning about chem and chemet and how to use the spiritual aspect and then manifest it and apply it in the physical world. So I am honored to be here again. Now, the call-in number, I'm going to let y'all know, is you don't call in now, but please, when we do ask you to call in, just write it down right now. And then when we ask you to call in to ask our beautiful sister any question about hair care, yoni steam, holistic health, you're more than welcome to do that. And the call-in number is 347-745-6828. That's 347-745-6828. I will say it slower for you, those who might be a little slow. 347-745-6828. That is the call-in number. Do not call in now. Please listen. Do not call in now because we're going to have a discussion as we take some tea and some soup and drink and share with the ancestors. We have tea and soup for them too. Absolutely. And this is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, my dear Yendys, I've known you, I've watched you or admired you for many years. I have to be honest. I've admired the sister for many years when Boys and Girls was hosting the International African Arts Fair.
Yes. Festival.
Festival.
We call it Street Festival.
Street Festival back in the day, yes.
Yeah.
And I was on WWRL, so I always used to get her cards and smile and leave and keep it moving. And, I always see everybody, I still knew like Phil and Queen and Baba Heru, I've seen them, but she always stood out with what she was always doing at the fair, dealing with people's hair care, and looking the cultural authenticity of her and what she presented to the world, and still carries herself for 30-something years?
Yes.
And you don't even look at it. This camera, everybody says 30, over 30-something years, exactly. And if she told you her age, you'll say, what? I better drink and eat what she eats. A lot of earth. I'm telling you. So I am honored. And if you don't know, she will be actually being one of the featured presenters as far as the meditation and the libation for the opening of the ceremony on November the 11th. She's going to be working with the elders, opening up for the elders, Ranoka Rashidi, Leonard Jeffries, and James Small. So she's going to be opening up the ceremony. So you got to get there early so you can get the vibration and the energy of the libation to the ancestors and the meditation, the opening meditation that she's going to give. So get there early. Doors open at 1 p.m. The event starts at 2 p.m. Buy one ticket and bring a guest for free. First time I'm doing this. Oh, they already charging me for that venue. The speakers are charging me for their honorarium. I'm paying for the seats and all that sound, everything. Buy one ticket, bring a guest for free. So if there's 150 people that buy a ticket, they can bring an extra friend for free, and it's going to be 300 people in the house. So we want to show that respect to the elders because we don't know how long they're going to be here. They keep on saying that they're going to be passing on and transitioning, every one of them say it to me. We lost our beloved Dr. Sabi. We've lost our beloved Dr. Ben. We've lost our beloved Francis Cresswell. We've lost all these people. How many of you wish you was at a lecture with them right now? I know I did. I know I was at a lecture with Dr. Francis Cresswell in the year before she transitioned. And then all of a sudden she's gone. And I was just there in front. Gave her my book too. She got my Numbers Are Simple, People Are Complicated book.
She did her work.
Yeah, she did her work.
She did her work. And it's about releasing, allowing the energies to come through and flow. We receive it.
Mm-hmm.
We are a part of the all in pieces, but we are blessed and imbued with the same things that the great absolute has. So when they come through and they present and we share in the experience, that's what it is about. That's what it's about. So we give thanks, we venerate them, we speak their names. The fact that we're actually speaking their names right now is the way to keep them uplifted. And, they know that we have received and we are appreciative loving. Still. They're light.
If you're just tuning in, we're here with the Priestess Empress, the one, the only, Yendys Nefer-Atum, and of course, the owner and founder of the Cowrie Shell Center, Hair Care and Wellness Center. Now, just speaking what you just said about the remembrance of these ancestors and that has now transitioned and moved on and helping us from another side. Is that what libation is all about? Tell us more about libation and why we should give libation.
Oh, so we're just gonna jump right into it.
No, we just gonna jump right into it. Just briefly. You don't have to say much. We don't have a conversation. We sipping tea and eating soup, girl. Stop playing. I just say you didn't see me so I've been going like this for the last I did this at least 3 times.
Okay.
Yes.
So the libation, we're pouring liquid from one vessel into another vessel. The liquid could be alcohol, it could be a sacred mixture of herbs, or it could be water.
Right.
So at the event, I'll be pouring water, and we pour it from one vessel into another vessel. You can pour it onto the earth, you can pour it on the floor, or you can pour it into a plant. Okay. I'll be pouring it into one of the plants, the trees there. Tonight when I do it, I'll pour it into this beautiful plant here. I deliberately not watered it today. I watered everything else, but I left one nice and thirsty so that when I pour it, it wouldn't be too much for the plant. But it is of respect, it is veneration, it is love, it is remembrance, and it's just words of power and gratitude. In libation, we're not asking, we're giving, we're in a state of gratitude, and we are just letting our loved ones, ourselves, our contemporaries, and the ones that haven't come yet, returning ancestors, we're letting all of them know that we appreciate them, that we remember them, and we're honoring them. So this altar tonight actually Ancestors Day, Samhain, coming up on the winter solstice pretty soon. We're just in a really, really sacred time, a change of the season. And it's also a time of going within. We've been out all summer. It's a time to go within and reflect, let go of a lot of things, get still a little bit. Downloads are coming in, spiritual guidance.
Right.
Tonight, especially, we're taught that the veil between the ancestral realm and our plane, the veil is a lot thinner. So communion with ancestors is really live and direct this evening. So this is a beautiful time. This week, because it's thinning. I mean, it does it in a gradual stage. It's not just boom all of a sudden.
Right.
So it does it in a gradual stage. So, but at this is the apex this evening, where the veil is very, very thin, and our ancestors they're always around us.
Right.
But there's probably so many more. You can feel
Yes.
all day long as I've been preparing. I've been receiving, I've been seeing, I've been feeling, they are here. They are here. This place, the Kari Shell Center, I should tell you that I am now located at 360 Madison Street between Tompkins and Troop in the heart of Bed-Stuy.
Bedford-Stuyvesant, please.
I was blessed to be moved here. I told the universe I was ready, and I was ready to go from the other place, and I was moved here. And I've been moved around in the last 3 decades to places where my ancestors feel that my energy, the work that I'm doing, the work that they are doing through me would greatly be benefited in these areas. And the places that I show up, the homes, the spaces are always designated portals for in and out, energies coming in and out. When I'm doing yoni steamings, it is definitely not a cookie cutter situation where I'm setting up the altars. I've learned and I've noticed that I had to be very, very patient with the process. Even if you arrive on time, there are readings that are going to happen once your presence is within the space. There's things that I won't know until that you are here, things that won't be given to me. So I wouldn't know which implements or which sacred tools to put on the altar. You have to be here. Your energy has to be here. So I can specifically, there's a protocol for every person, every spirit. And I used to get a little bit impatient as I was putting the altars together, but I've learned that it's not my time. It's the divine time. So there's a thing that I tell myself. I remove the physical head, so to speak, and allow the spirit to sit on my shoulders, and then allow myself to be guided, because I am the vessel that this work is coming through. I asked to participate in this work, and I was granted that, and I do it with the utmost respect, with the utmost reliability, dependency, and trust, because women, our sisters, we go through so much. We need a place of safety, a place of trust, that they can come. And yoni steaming, it is such a sacred, personable care modality of healing, that it really does have to be in a safe space, where a woman can really, really relax, because when she's relaxed, then the healing can happen. But we just shifted so far from libation.
I like
but it all
I like the movement.
It all ties in, For the ancestors, I have we laid out fruit, there's nuts, there's cinnamons, there are seasonal seasonal food, pomegranates, apples, there are the pumpkins, the gourds, specific candles are lit, the golds, the yellows, the reds, for the season. I brought in herbs from outside. I've been growing peppermint, rosemary, lavender, some of which I use in my hair care during the summer, in the hair care mixtures. During the winter, I have to, outsource to get enough to do what I need to do.
I went to Instagram for a reason, because I want to guide all my Instagram followers straight to YouTube right now, because I'm not keeping Instagram up, but we're on YouTube right now. So I'm not keeping Instagram. We have, of course, the great Priestess Yendys Nefer-Atum in the building. She will be doing and honoring us with the libation and meditation on November the 11th. I'm at her beautiful facility, the Kari Shell Center. It's hair care and wellness center, right?
Yes.
What do you call it?
Yes.
So we're on Instagram, family. You can see it. We're at the computers. We're here at her place. Those who want yoni steams, hair care, and all that. But go to YouTube right now. Go to YouTube right now, and you'll see the whole interview that we're doing live at her center. So Instagram, I'm not staying on here. I was just showing it to you real quick and bang, 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 boom. And then we bang, 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 like Joel Benjamin says. And we sipping tea and soup and all that kind of stuff.
We can talk about what kind of tea.
Oh, we're gonna get busy, but
Okay.
But I'm telling you, family, go to YouTube at King Simon Presents at YouTube. Go to King Simon Presents at YouTube, and you'll get to see this wonderful sister right now. King Simon Presents on YouTube. You'll get to see the whole interview. Instagram, I'm gone. Peace. Gone. Just doing it for
That was cool.
real quick. So yeah, so and and now that we of course we got the soup and tea and all that, and you've spoken about what you do with the Yoni steam is an intimate time, divine time for you to work and find out what's going on with them.
Yes.
You tune in with their bodies.
And what I give, I receive as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all go through things. I'm not sitting up here in 360 on the third floor under these skylights, just breezing,
right?
And burning incense and sage and sitting in front of candles with a feather. I'm in the trenches.
That's right.
Also,
that's the trenches. That's deep in the trenches. I'm in
the trenches. That's deep. We all have our own personal lives and things like that. But what is really, really great for me and probably what helps with my what they tell me I have the Benjamin Button syndrome.
Yes, keeping you young for you. That's right.
It's that the work that I'm doing. I'm so tapped in and so tuned in that when I'm doing these rituals with these women, I'm receiving the same healing that I'm administering, the same what's coming through me and I'm sharing with them. It's coming through me. So I continue to be taking in from a renewable source, a source that does not deplete. So then I don't deplete. So even though I'm sharing with them, I'm not depleting. And I'm making sure that the same things I'm asking them and suggesting and advising them to do, that I'm doing it myself. I'm doing it myself. I take them to, first of all, depending on the prescription or the protocol for each person, I will do a aura cleansing. I explained that the aura extends 6 feet above us, below us, on the sides and front and back of us, just all around us, 6 feet. And people can stand in your aura and you become toxic from someone either you know or you don't know standing in your aura. So the auric field needs to be cleansed. Like we take a bath and we cleanse the physical. We do detoxing, we cleanse the internal. So we have to give thought in consideration to cleansing the aura regularly. So there are tools that I share with the women at the altar of how they should, clean their auras, and I suggest that they do it. If they can't do it every day, I don't get a chance to do it every day unless I have clients back to back every day. Sometimes I get to clean my aura 4 times a day, which is a really good thing. Queen talks about we're shining beings dwelling in light. If you're cleaning your aura that much, you're shining being.
Exactly.
So I don't get to do it all the time, but I definitely have had opportunities to do it every day, sometimes more than once a day. And you really do feel the difference. You can come in with the muck and mire, and being burdened down, and then you do an aura cleansing, and then after you take off, there's special ingredients that you put back on. You put back on the love back into yourself, and then you seal. And I let the women know that just because you've sealed your aura and you put yourself in a place of protection, it's like when you have an umbrella. You're not going to get the whole entire downpour, but the umbrella is going to protect some. You put on winter clothes, you're not going to be totally totally protected from the cold, but you will be sufficiently protected that you can go and come as you need to deal with the elements.
With the layers,
With the layers. So same with aura cleansing, and I think any other healing prescription that you do, you're not necessarily going to get 100, but if you're persistent and consistent with it, you're going to be able to move through these processes, these challenges. You're going to be able to move through with knowing that you have participated in taking care of yourself, in doing something for yourself to protect yourself.
That's right.
And if you're consistent, the more consistent you are, the more that you're going to feel protected. Like I said, I go through things all the time, but I know how to come in and take care of myself, whether it is healing baths, cleansing baths, detox baths, whatever you want to call it, spiritual baths, or anything else that I do, the special oils that I use for myself, the resins that I use to cleanse myself with, smudging and things like that. There are a lot of things that we can do to make sure, but it's a constant thing. You don't bathe one day and say, this is it, I'm bathed, I'm good.
Wash for the next 20 years.
Exactly. So you have to be consistent. And the one thing that I can say, I have been doing the work.
That's right. I mean, but stick a pin. You say, I want y'all to look in the camera. Look at that face in the camera, and look at this picture behind me, and tell me how many years this picture was. How old is this picture? When did you take that picture? What year was that?
I was in my late 30s.
Your late 30s.
My late 30s. And now I'm in my early 50s.
You're in your early 50s. Now look at that. Look at that. Look at that picture. Look at her. Late 30s, early 50s. Think about this, family. Think about if you take care of yourself and the less stress, you get off and cleaning your aura, cleaning your vagina, whatever you got to do to clean. Detox. All the time. Because, I know Queen used to teach seasonal, right? Doing seasonal detoxes.
Yes. And something that she said that as you are talking about this, when I ascended, and or they call it graduation or ascending in Sacred Women, Queen said something to us. She said, no matter what goes on or what will go on after this rites of passage, always stay on your seat of Ast. Seat of Ast.
And that Ast means?
Ast, another name, the Greek vernacular is Isis, or the Kemetic name is Aset, or Ast, the mother of Heru. Also, people call him Horus, but we say Heru, Christ consciousness or higher consciousness. Ast, the divine mother, the seat of Ast, her throne. We as women, we need to know, brothers too, we need to know where our thrones are and return to them no matter what is going on. They're tools to help you to return to your seat of Ast. And she said, even if your behind has to get up off that seat, keep your pinky toe wrapped around the leg of that chair, the leg of that throne. Keep your pinky toe, keep something touching it. Be tethered to that throne. Right. Some kind of way. Do not allow yourself to move away from that throne.
And those who are just tuning in, we're speaking here with the one, the only Priestess Yendys Nefer-Atum, and we're in her cowrie shell center of healing and health and wellness, yoni steam, hair care, all of that, facial care. She does it all naturally.
And it's a culture within a culture. The Cowrie Shell Center, people have actually told me that they can tell when someone has interacted with me on whatever level. They can tell from the way that they speak, the way that they start to carry themselves, the conversation, the way their hair looks. They can tell that they have had some association with me. I don't know. It's a vibe.
It's an energy you have.
It's an energy.
One sister said, I know she released weight. How did she do it? Well, girl, she's in the risen place.
The risen place?
Not the sunken place. She's in the risen place. That's how she did it. Okay. She rising.
Yes.
Like Maya Angelou, and we rise.
And so we rise.
Exactly. And still we rise. Exactly. I'm still out drinking this tea. I'm playing.
Yes. Well, actually, can I just answer that just a little bit?
Please.
Well, I was fortunate enough to be with a family this past summer that helped me, took care of me, took such great care of me with vegan foods and different treatments that really helped me because I was going through some major life change before the move and during the move. So the fact that I was being taken care of in that way, adhering to a vegan diet, mostly vegan diet, that I feel like I was able to flush, to release, and releasing stress also, although all the stress came, because it's like a revolving door. I tell my children, sometimes when you feel like you got one end of the tablecloth, you got all four ends of the tablecloth down, something's gonna happen and blow the other side up. You know, so they're not all gonna ever stay down at once. It's always gonna be something. So, you know, it's like letting go of one set of stress and then learning how to just move through it, you know, just learning how and being consistent, having a base to always return to. For me, a young lady yesterday, she said she was looking around waiting for me. I was doing something in the office, and she said, there's an altar everywhere I look in this place. It's the truth. Because the altar, like a cell phone battery or the charger for the cell phone, the altar is our charging station.
Right.
So I have learned that I personally need a charging station.
All
just
over
about
your house.
all over my house, you know, and so everything is sacred.
Because you deal with energy.
And I deal with energy, and
people.
I need to make sure, because I could get seriously hurt if my insides are not, you know, clean and touching other people. I can be really, really sick.
Now, let the audience know in their own simple way, how can they get energy off of them? Should they hug a tree? Should they snap their fingers? I know basic metaphysics of snapping fingers and clapping your hands, you can break energy a lot. But how should they get energy off of them if they felt they've hugged somebody that might be a negatron?
Right.
And there might be I used to say negatrons, or that, you know, because a lot of people, there's a lot of energy vampires out there in this society.
True.
How do they get them off?
Well, the fastest thing,
yes,
I would say, is if you can get to some sage or some Palo Santo, the incense, the frankincense and myrrh, even the oil, things like what is it? Florida water.
Florida water, right?
Walking in the park, walking at the ocean, because walking in the rain, walking in the rain, because what's happening with walking in the rain or walking by the beach or in nature, there is what they call negative ions being released out there. Negative ions give us positive charge. So once you just walk into a space that has a positive charge, that is full of negative ions, then you are going to be cleaned. You're going to be cleansed. Salt lamps. I don't know if there are any that we can focus in on in here. Salt lamps. I have them all over.
Sorry, I have to start turning things. I'm torn too much. I've been torn over.
There's one salt lamp over here. There's one up there, and there's one back here. So I have a merkut.
Right.
I have a triangle, a pyramid, protecting myself in this room, and they're in all of the other rooms, even the kitchen, on top of the refrigerator. So these salt lamps, it's the Himalayan salt lamps. I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Each household or office has these Himalayan salt lamps, and they give off the salt itself. Once it's warm, gives off the negative ions, which is the positive charge. I've actually done a little experiment where I put a sunflower plant next to the Himalayan salt lamp for about a week or so. It wasn't a plant, it was actually the cut flower, and I had it in water, and I had one away from it in water, but away from the salt lamp. Within that 7 days or so, the one that was next to the salt lamp was still very, very, very vibrant, like the day I brought it from the store. And the one that wasn't next to it had already started wilting. The neck of it had tilted over. It was withering, and there you go.
Yes, thank you very much. By the way, we're drinking some great cinnamon. This is a cinnamon mix.
Cinnamon. It's orange peel mix. It's there's some cider in there. There's a lot. There's nutmeg also, cloves. Just an autumn blend, you know, a seasonal blend that keeps you warm. You know, cinnamon is really warming. It's naturally sweetened. Yes, it does. The longer you leave the tea bag in the cup, the sweeter it becomes. It's also very grounding for this time of the year as well.
Look like my soup going down. Maybe the elders drinking my soup. The ancestors drinking. Weird.
It really does look like that.
You one. Oh, y'all touch mine.
But it really does look. I told you. They're close.
Maybe my family. Maybe my ancestors.
And that soup, you didn't drink it, did you?
No, I ain't drink none yet.
That soup is moving.
It looks like it's going down, and maybe my ancestors are drinking because my ancestors like that type of soup.
Maybe it's the colored bowl. Maybe they wanted a white bowl because I put theirs in a brown bowl.
Yeah, I'm serious. This soup looks like it's going down, yo. I'm telling you. So it is what it is.
It is what it is.
We're here.
And this is why we're here.
And you know what's so funny? In numerology, she knows me in the numbers. This day universally is a number 7 day, which deals with spirituality. Exactly. We deal with spiritual insight and spiritual depth. This day it falls on because the 10 plus the 31 plus the 2018 adds up to 2059, which is that 16 energy, which is a 7. So it deals with the spiritual. It's a full universal spiritual day, mysterious day. Also, but I always tell people there's a duality to everything. Where there's mystery, there's also mischief. Where there's mystery, there's also mischief. So we got to pay attention to what happens and what's going on in this vibrational day of what some may call Halloween, where they're celebrating all type of different other things from the Druid and the Celtics perspective. But in our perspective, from our ancient ancestry, it was honoring elders and honoring the ancestry before they turned it and flipped it like they do everything else. And I'm talking about European history and how they've taken most of our culture and flipped it and made it theirs. And sometimes it's anything other than what it's supposed to be. So it is what it is. But this is a number 7 day family. It's a good day to get into a meditation, good day to stay focused before we go into this November number 11 months circulation that's going on. And 11 deals with revelatory energy coming up in November. So if you're even born in the month of November, or born under the number 11 or 2, or those water numbers like 2, 7, those water numbers, pay attention to your intuition, pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention, I like that. Pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuition, pay attention, especially all of us should pay attention. And don't negate that natural GPS that's inside you. And that's the intuitive energy that the Creator gave you. And your ancestors are telling you from all different levels. Pay attention, family. That is the true energy that we need to really focus on. I'm sorry.
No. Go ahead. Took some of the heat off.
She started playing. I like that. You know,
took some of the heat off.
But those that are just tuning in, y'all know how to get in contact with me and do consultations. But if you want to call in, you don't mind taking a few calls if you got into a few calls?
Oh no, calls will be lovely.
So, yeah, if you want to call in right now, so you can talk to myself or the priestess herself, you can call in at 347-745-6828. I just put it up on the description bar. If you want to talk about hair care, the importance of Yoni steam, meditation, libation to your own ancestors, respecting them, you can call in. We're going to answer the phone and you're going to go live on the air at 347-745-6828. That's 347-745-6828. You can actually call in right now and we'll set it off real quick with the priestess herself, okay? She ready to, and she's ringing the bell. Like, what's going on with this bell again?
Oh, it's relaxing.
It's relaxing.
And you know what else? I use this a lot. The singing bowl.
The singing bowl, yes.
I use this a lot during Yoni steaming sessions. I clean the space with sound vibrations, intentional. You can use anything, shaking keys, anything that will jingle, something that has seeds in it, a bottle with seeds or a box with seeds. Because the idea is just being intentional, that you consecrate this particular thing to do this particular work. How's the soup?
Oh, delicious.
What do you taste?
What type of soup is this?
Well, it's mushroom and squash. There's some purple onions. There's a ton of seasonings like oregano and basil and turmeric, garlic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Delicious. If you want to call in, like I said, the number is 347-745-6828 live. This is a live show. So you can call in or you can put your questions up there. People shouting you out already. What's that? Soul Murder Kaba Akoma? Soul Murder Kaba Akoma. And Nefer, hey, big up to you, Priestess. That's what he big you up.
Thank you. Thank
Peace
you.
and
Thank you. I
love,
appreciate it.
libation
Thank
from
you.
Mr. Black Culture himself. And somebody said Professor Smalls is a great speaker. He recently came on to Memphis to speak to us a month ago. Yeah, snappy by nature. That's what he spoke on. Go ahead. Nappy by nature. Me too. I'm nappy by nature.
Did somebody ask a question?
No, not yet, not yet, not
Okay.
yet. But it's all right. It's all
Feel
good.
free. Yeah,
But
it's early. Yeah.
you know, as the importance of young people learning how to meditate. Was this something that you gave to your daughters? Meditation.
Actually,
Did they learn this?
my daughters were with me in when I went through.
They're calling you. Call me.
Call him.
They call me. Domino. Domino. You can call me at 347-745-6828. That's 347-745-6828. We're here on YouTube Live at King Simon Presents. Okay, and of course we have the Priestess Yendys. Of course, she does Yoni steam. She does hair care. So if something's going on with your hairs, going on with any dryness, all that kind of stuff, she hooks you up. She even got soap and all of that to work with. You know what I'm saying?
And the internal,
yes.
I start with the internal. I ask you questions about your diet, about your lifestyle, about if you like your job, you like what it is that you do to your livelihood, what you do to make money to keep a roof over your head. If you like that, if you are enjoying it, if you're a creative and you're making your own way in this world, your health is going to be a lot different than if you are stressed out working for someone else and you don't have time for yourself. The outcome of your skin, of your hair, your well-being is going to be off balance, and you'll find that you are a magnet for attracting different, ailments and things like that. So
somebody call it in for real.
So I deal with the inside of the body.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
And asking about, how is that affecting what's going on with the top of the head, where hair is thinning on sides or back or front, top. That has to do with different specific organs. Dr. Laila Africa, who is also one of my wonderful, amazing teachers that I studied holistic medicine with.
Right.
He is one who, taught, he teaches that about the foundation of whatever is going on outside with the skin. If you've had different ailments or dark spots or anything on your skin, it speaks directly to what's happening inside. Right. So people tell me about my skin. So go to
his website too, drlailaafrica.com. Right.
So
we got somebody on the line.
Okay.
Now turn down your computer speakers, because you got to talk to me over the phone so you don't get messed up, because it is a delay going on. Okay. All right. And good evening. Who am I speaking with? Just here with King Simon and Yendys. How you doing?
How you doing? My name is Ranisha.
Hi, Ranisha.
Greetings. How are you?
Greetings. How are you?
Wonderful.
That's great. My question is, you emphasize very much of doing the work. And now, as you know, holistic living became a fad, and it's so saturated now. How do we know? How do we know? I'm a little young, we call it fake function.
Okay. Okay. You're a little young.
Really doing the work, because that's why I really don't go to certain things, because I feel a little alarmed by that, and I feel like actually what I'm going to notice, actually people and the elders are been doing the work, they are not so commercial.
So
my question is, how do you know who? Because like me, as of right now, I feel like I need a little guidance. How will I know to be comfortable with that person?
Okay. Well, we're gonna answer that question right now. Thank you for calling in. Okay. Thank you. All right. Listen in. How do we know to be comfortable? Like what the sister said with that, with the work and far as with the, because she's new to this whole.
Yeah, she wants to know who
she can write,
who she can go to.
Right.
That is actually really doing the work.
That's
and is
right.
not participating because it's a fad.
Right.
Recommendations. Word of mouth recommendations. That's always been the way to find out exactly, what it is you want to know, more so than going the commercial route and looking in the phone book or Googling.
Right.
Recommendations. I'm easy to find, and now that she has contacted me, and I can definitely put her in contact with a whole slew of other resources if there was something that was going on that she needed assistance with, and I didn't, know exactly or have that information.
Mhm.
Like for instance, I have my friends around the corner on Tompkins,
Mhm.
376 Tompkins by
Mhm.
Putnam, the Life Wellness Center
Mhm.
owned by Khadijah and Ade. They're doing touch therapy, massage, and Reiki, and just cupping and all kinds of different healing modalities. So, and then there are so many others that I could put them in touch with.
Right.
So I have resources that I can recommend. So now that she's connected and she's got your information, so it's about word of mouth, reaching out to the people that you can see and hear clearly talking about doing the work. And
Well, give her your number again and give her your website,
You can reach me at 718-221-2051. You can contact me by cell and texting at 347-635-3676.
Repeat that again.
347-635-3676. My website is www.cowrieshell.com, COWRIESHELL. Also, you can email me at Yendys, YENDYS G1 at Gmail.
Say that again.
YENDYS G1 at gmail.com.
Now, let me tell you something, sis, and I'm glad you called in because there are a lot of young people that really want to get into this and never had any guidance in their own family and don't know who to go to. She is one of those people that can guide you. If you don't want to come to her, she can guide you to where you feel comfortable. I do it through my sessions in numerology. If I see that if I do a numerology session with a certain person and I see that maybe they need this or they need that or they need this type of reading or they need that type of reading or they see something deeper than numerology, then I guide them to different people. Yendys, I've sent customers to Queen of Four, and she sent customers to me. Queen of Four, I've sent people to Phil Valentine. I've sent people to Brother Panic, Khadijah. I've sent people to different people that I know that they have a certain level because their numbers tell me, of course. Because I look into numbers a whole different way than most people, and that's what it is. So I'm glad you called in, and I'm sure you should call Sister Priestess Yendys because she's very comforting. I've even had my own sister come here and do a Yoni steam, and she enjoyed it. She has to work on. She's really new to it, so it's kind of she really don't understand it, but she's growing into understanding. And she watched me all the time and learning. So. Please, sister, call Empress Yendys or the Priestess Yendys. Again, your number, please.
Which one?
Both of them.
Okay, you can reach me at 718-221-2051. Text me or call me at 347-635-3676.
Now, somebody just wrote, Somer Kaba Akoma. The job has caused the stress or the lack of feeling of wholeness. I'm a healer. I'm just trying to build my business. Okay, somebody calling in. Hold on one second. We're gonna get to that. Hey, turn down your speaker and talk straight to the phone. And who are we speaking with? You're here with King Simon and Yendys.
Peace, King. How you doing?
Peace, my brother. How you doing?
Thanks for asking. This is Anthony. I'm calling from Tennessee.
What's up, bro? What's up? How can I help you, brother? Tennessee in the building. What's up?
Ashe.
What's up?
You did a reading on me on Black Magic a few weeks ago, February 29th. I want to say appreciate it. But my question was about the tea. I know y'all been tea.
Oh, the tea?
What type of tea do you recommend? Around this time of year, it's starting getting cold. You got a lot of diseases, stuff going around. What type of tea? I know she was talking about Dr. Africa, and a while back I heard him talking on one of his videos was about red clover and the probiotic food, the vital minerals. So what type of tea do you recommend?
What type of tea do you recommend during these winter months, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, well, hang up, and brother, and we'll answer that question right now. Thank you very much for calling. All right, brother. Thank you. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, during the wintertime, unless you're cleansing
Mhm.
or fasting, I would say grounding teas in the wintertime and warming teas in the wintertime.
Mhm.
You know, the detox teas are good from when the weather is warmer,
Mhm.
unless you, like I said, you have a specific protocol that you're doing.
Mhm.
And then that's a whole nother consultation or a whole nother set of guidance.
Mhm.
But he didn't necessarily say that there was a particular thing he was working on. He just wanted to know for this season what kind of teas to drink. That's what I got from the question. So I'm saying what I'm doing, grounding teas, warming teas, things to help boost the immune system as well. I would take in a lot of nettle. You know, nettle has a lot of vitamins and minerals and things like that. Also, he mentioned the clovers. The clovers. Yeah, the clover is good also. I would put cayenne pepper and ginger to keep the circulation going. You know, a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little bit of ginger, definitely turmeric.
Right.
Definitely turmeric. You know, the circulation. Use your lemons, your limes, your I was taught also over the summer about key limes and the power, how much stronger key limes are.
It alkalines water.
It alkalines the water. So make sure that you're getting your alkaline water. And we're drinking the tea that we're drinking has a lot of cinnamon and nutmeg and orange peel and things like that. That's warming for when it gets colder. It hasn't been that cold, especially today, and it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow. But
he's from Tennessee, so
yeah. So, but it's tasty, and the idea is you want to be grounded during the wintertime, and you want to keep the immune system boosted. So those few things: the turmeric, the ginger, the cayenne pepper, and you can put that in just about anything.
And that's what people need to know. You know, sister says she's just trying to build her business. Now the sister's going through she has to work, of course. She has a job, and she's going through stress there. And the lack of feeling wholeness is what she's saying. And she's a healer and trying to build her business. Now you have been doing this for over 30 years. How did you keep afloat without going back to a regular job?
I never went to a regular job.
That's what I'm talking about. Never went to a regular job.
I don't know what that is.
She don't know what job application is.
I'm an anomaly.
You're an anomaly. Yes, that's an anomaly. Yes. And that's where the persistence comes in.
Persistence,
doing what you love to do.
Discipline, and discipline, and courage, and faith.
Right. And
you know,
you do in your product.
And having a type of, I guess, structure. You know, the way my mental works. Does it have anything to do with me being a double Libra? Did that have anything to do with it? I don't know, but I mean, I can being an air sign also. I can be a little bit floaty sometimes, but
I'm not eating no more, my too.
And don't blame it on them.
Okay, yeah,
you finished it.
Me, yeah, I finished it. No.
Yeah, so I've been pretty disciplined because there's a thing that I do. Whatever is going on in my personal life, that cannot affect my business life. It just cannot.
I don't care who it is.
I'm about what I got to be about because I learned early on that I am taking care of. I'm taking care. I wasn't born a twin.
That's right.
You know, I would love to have, you know, and have had the helpmeets. I would love that in the ideal sense of, you know, just having, you know, that roof covered. But I've learned that it's coming from within me.
Right.
I love what I do. That's another thing, the passion. I do what I do with a passion. I believe that when I chose this body, the spirit that embodies this, came through to do something specific, you know, and so I can't say that, well, I learned this from here and this person taught me how to be disciplined or structured. I didn't go to a business school per se, or I didn't take a class to learn how to structure a business.
Hands-on.
It was just hands-on. I could say I started this business with $20.
Wow.
And then that doubles into $40 and then $60. But I didn't really start to see anything I could do anything with for like 4 years. It just kept being a cycle, and you have to be persistent because 4 years is the foundation, is setting the structure. So, you know, people tell me that I make what I do look easy. A mountain standing still looks real still too, but the vibration that's going on inside that mountain to keep it, there's a lot of rapidity, if that's a word. There's a lot of energy to keep that mountain still. So there's a lot going on in this being.
That's right.
To keep the outside. It's energy, but it's focused. When it's time for me to do what I have to do, regardless of what's going on in the world, I try not to get too caught up. You'll notice I really don't speak on a lot of things in social media. It doesn't mean that I don't care. It doesn't mean that I have my head in the sand as to what current events are happening. I speak about that privately with the people that I interact with, what's going on out there in politics and things like that. But that doesn't come into my business. Maybe I talk with my clients, we have our conversations and stuff about different things. But I don't allow myself to get that distracted. I don't focus on my work when it's time to
and that's what the sister should do. She should. I mean, I tell people in consultations that, hey, you got a business, but I mean, if you got a job and you got a business, keep on filtering whatever money you get from that job, balance it out and serve your business. But until whatever happens to that job, you have to move on from it. Good, but build your what you love to do and turn it into profit.
But you know what happens too? Sorry. What happens also when we're giving so much of our energy and your day hours to someone else, if you are not taking proper care of yourself, you don't have the energy to come home and then adhere to your business, to take care of your business. So there's got to be a way. You have to decide that and commit to your own self-care, commit to being disciplined about yourself and taking care of yourself, because this is the path. This is the hands that you're being dealt. This is the cards that you have to play. So you're doing this for how long? The other thing, working for someone else, how long are you going to do that? What's the plan? And then when are you going to switch over? Like, how are you going to build? There's got to be a plan. See, I didn't go from one into the other. I just started in this. I decided this is what I wanted to do. Actually, what a lot of people didn't know is I wanted to be a Marine.
Marine in the military?
In the military. Yeah. When I was 17 and 18, I took all the tests. I was in Jersey City. I was going to school there, and I took all the tests. I wrote all the essays.
Simplify?
I was passing with flying colors, and it was just waiting for me to turn 18 before I went off to boot camp. But Spirit got a hold to me, and they said, no, you're not going into the military. We got something else for you to do.
Simplify to all the Marines out there. My father was a Marine. I have a son that's a Marine. It only means always faithful. That's what that means, that terminology. I've trained with them. I've never joined any military other than, paramilitaries like, nations.
But I think I would have been a good Marine, though.
No, your numbers tell me you would have been a good Marine.
I would have been. I mean, I saw the whole thing. I saw it.
Because your alignment number 9 deals with military, deals with
that's that structure that that internal structure that I have. I could have definitely been.
Oh yeah, you would have been.
But see, I have this thing. I don't like being yelled at.
Yeah, and probably that would have shut that down. Your Libra don't want that.
Yeah, the first set of yelling at.
You maggot! You this!
Oh, that wasn't gonna work.
My father and my son, they got stories for you.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna work.
Both of them left.
Yeah, and I'm quick to not.
No. You according to your whole. I've read her charts before, so I know what it can, what she could take, and believe me, the Marines, boy, they would have got under your skin.
Yeah.
And it
would have been ugly.
Yeah,
the pushback.
I know, right? They would have
sent me home.
Put you in the brig and said, "Look, get out." Get out. So you heard it first here on King Simon Presents. She wanted to be a Marine.
I wanted to be a Marine.
Before the Marines.
I wanted to do this, but like I said, the ancestors got a hold to me and they said that we have something else for you to do.
Well, you're doing greater work than the Marines, to tell you the truth. You're doing much greater work as far as healing is concerned. Knowing the trainers and some of the people that I've trained martial arts with, they would tell me that they're trained to kill straight up. That's all they know is their gun and their knife, and that's what they learn. Anybody who wants to learn, wants to watch a movie, it was called Leather Jacket, Steel Leather Jacket, but it's a movie. If you want to, I forgot the name. Anybody who know that it ends with jacket, but it was Steel Jacket, or
Metal Jacket.
Steel Metal Jacket.
I remember that.
That movie. Yeah. That's a primary example of the training of those Marines back in the day. you know, and hardcore, because it's not as hard as they say. It's not as hard as it was back in those days.
Well, no, everything's a little bit
A change, yes.
sort of watered down.
So, but
unfortunately,
you wanted to be a Marine, ain't that something?
Yeah.
Wow,
And it's my mental as well. I feel like I can be, you know, that type of structure and disciplined. But I am so very thankful, and grateful that my ancestors got a hold to me, the Most High got a hold to me, and that this is what I was supposed to be doing. And I do it on so many levels. You know, you say you big up. Thank you very much, King Simon. You big up the Yoni theme a lot. And someone told me that the Yoni theme was going to actually take over the hair care business. I'm trying to keep that balance. I don't want it to one to take over the other. I think I can kind of, you know, move the ship along and move them along, because they go together. You know, I meet sisters who are getting the hair care, getting the health taken care of, and then, you know, we can move a little further down and then take care of the Yoni, and then we do the spiritual work at the same time. So, you know, they all go together, you know, to make the whole person. And that is what is holistic. Holistic wellness, holistic healing, when we're taking care of the full body, not just one and not the other.
Now, you know, but yeah, delving back into your deeper past, your family's from out of Barbados.
Yes.
Now, how are they accepting of your transformation from the little, whatever name you was under at that time? I won't say it. That's none of the business. You know, use that name in years, but under the name that they know you from out of Barbados, your mother and your father, may they rest in peace and travel with their ancestors. How did they feel about your transformation? Because a lot of people out there go through this and go through it with their family, especially around these holidays.
Well, it was rough. It was. I went through what mostly everybody went through, you know, coming into this lifestyle. You know, what they say, there's one in every family. I don't know what the term black sheep in the family or something like that, but
Full Metal Jacket. Somebody just said it.
Full Metal Jacket. That's what I said.
Full Metal Jacket.
So yeah, they thought I was a little bit
crazy.
Oh yeah.
They don't not family
crazy, different, weird. You know, why do you want to do this? You know, growing up a little bit with 7-day Adventists, you know, I was already not eating. I was already not eating pork and things like that. And I wasn't a big meat eater. You know, my mom would make, you know, stew this and oxtail that and things like that. I wasn't really big into that. And even like chicken and chicken wings, and you know how people will hold the chicken with their hand and just go across it. I didn't do that. I had the fork in the. I was very bougie and stush with chicken wings.
Tell them where you're from. Most of them are bougie.
So you used to see me eat chicken wing with the fork and take off this skin and go in between the two bones and take out that one little piece. I can remember it like it was yesterday, but I haven't had chicken in over 20 something years.
Wow.
You know, I don't crave it. I don't crave meat. But you know what? I would attribute that to actually cleaning most of my colon. We have about 26, 27 feet of colon. And over the years, starting with Sacred Woman, because I didn't really know about colonics before I entered into, before Sacred Woman, with Baba Heru, when I did Kemet 101 with Baba Heru. I actually did it maybe twice, you know, so we learned about taking care of our bodies in that way and cleaning the colon, getting rid of the calcification around the first eye as opposed to third eye. This is the first, and the physical eyes are second and third. Because the first eye is the intuition, and we see with that eye first. Because it's calcified for a lot of people because of the diet and lifestyle and things like that. You know, a lot of people don't see or don't intuit from that eye. And once you do some cleansing and intentional work also, you can clear that up.
And some of them get glimpses because it's still a little calcified. They get glimpses, like people still have dreams and all that stuff. But
exactly. So I feel, for me personally, when cleansing was put in my pathway, I did it by the book. I did it by the book because I wanted to see the difference. I wanted to see the difference from here to there. I had a lot of different ailments. I was highly allergic to cats. And I have had, over the last couple of years, I've had at least 6 to 8 cats.
Wow.
Because I eradicated that thing, that germ inside me that would make me allergic to anything. I was highly anemic as well. the doctors kept saying, eat the meat, chew the meat. Well, I couldn't eat the red meat. I put it in my mouth and chew it, but I couldn't swallow it. It was so tough, and not because of the cooking, but because I just couldn't get that down. Right. So I switched to beans, once you changed over your diet, a lot of beans and things like that, and the green, the leafy vegetables. But I found that food, even the good food, couldn't assimilate, and my body couldn't absorb it until I started doing the colonics. You have to get rid of the old foundation, break down the old structure, before you start putting new things in. It's like bringing in new clean furniture, and the old, what do they call that set that they used to bring in? It was like 8 pieces in the living room. It's sectional. Sectional. Yeah. So you want to bring in a new sectional, and the old sectional is still there. So you have to put out the old sectional. That's right. And bring in the new one. And then the things that you put into your body will be assimilated, will be used properly. So, I had the worst case of acne. Wow. I had acne all over. I had black marks all over. You squeeze them and things. Right, yes. And acne down after pregnancy, acne down my chest, acne down my back. Wow. And I don't have any of that anymore. And it's not because I use pounds and pounds of fading cream or any of that stuff. I cleaned it from the inside of my body, from cleaning the colon. The colon is the vacuum cleaner bag of the body. And if you notice, you have a vacuum cleaner and you notice when the bag is full, it doesn't absorb as much. Same thing with the body. When the colon is full, the body, the digestive system, everything in there doesn't absorb as much. So you have to clean that. You have to get rid of that bag. And when you get rid of that bag and you put a new one in, that thing try to suck down the whole house, right? It's just like really everything. Yeah, everything. Exactly. So now that I cleaned my body, and my therapist at the time, there's something called a body talk where they can palpitate. I think it's called palpitating, where they can. Well, that's with the heart. No, it's something that they do. They massage, and they can feel the colon. They can feel where the impactment is, where blockages are. And she was able to get into my colon. She set up until age 13, back that far. And by that time, there hadn't been so much damage done at 13 years old. Well, these days at 13, a lot of damage can be done if you're eating Oreo cookies and garbage for breakfast. But I was still under the care of my mother, so the food wasn't that bad. We have porridges and more wholesome food. And being from the islands, my mom didn't really overindulge too much in too many horrible things. Not that I can remember anyway. We had Whole Foods, back home, and she tried to, like, when we went to the supermarket, there's a lot of junk that people tell me that they were able to pack up in that shopping cart, and my mom was not having it. You could try to pick up all them things that you saw in the commercial all you want to on Saturday mornings, but she would give you that look like, where you going with that? You know what I'm saying? Every Friday evening, we met her at the Key Food with the shopping cart, and we go in there at Key Food. Wow. Bradford Avenue, East New York. Wow. Those who know East New York. Bradford Avenue. Okay, by Miller Ave. By Miller Ave. Yeah. Now, you can call in, family, at 347-745-6828. That's 347-745-6828. Don't worry, I don't have a fancy YouTube where you see the number scrolling at the bottom or the top. We're doing it raw dog tonight. 347-745-6828. If you have a question for the Priestess Yendys, and we're in her Cowrie Shell Health Center, and it's Health Center, right? Cowrie Shell Center for Natural Hair Care and Holistic Wellness, plus the Brooklyn Center, the Brooklyn Yoni Temple. The Brooklyn Yoni Temple. Yes. Because I do see clients in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, for Yoni steaming. Yeah, I started that earlier this year, 2018. Okay. Yeah, I started seeing people there, expanding the business. Right. So I'll probably be doing more of that. She's worldwide. Don't let them fool you. Worldwide. She's been on Jabari MTV, on Sanetta TV. I haven't been on Sanetta yet. Wait, you got picture. You got picture. You've been on Brother Rich. Yes. Right. Yes. Right. I mean, she's
you see an OG. She's in that. She's as one of those.
A little bit
of her in OG. And Spike Lee wants her in his show. Spike Lee,
a little picture.
he just wants a picture, but I'm sure he's gonna put you on.
We'll see what happens. I'm grateful for the good, the abundance, the opportunity.
Let me tell you, she comes with an aura. I'm telling you, family, she comes with an aura. If you see at BAM, at the Dance Africa, if you see at the African Arts Festival, if you see at any festival, there's an aura that follows this old soul, being born under the number 8 energy. This old soul aura follows this woman. So it is what it is. You gonna definitely feel. And every first time I met her, probably I got a card from her like 20 years ago, probably. I'm like, I was just like, wow, amazing, amazing this and all of that. Amazing. But I'm thank you very much for allowing King Simon Presents to be in your space.
And this 23rd production and promotion event is still a celebration. I mean, the brother, it's been a while.
Been doing it for a while.
Yes,
professionally 23 years, but before that, I was born in a nightclub. Y'all go ahead.
You were born in a nightclub.
My father opened up a nightclub the year I was born, and it was in our basement. Wow. So I could always go downstairs. They used to take me downstairs and see what's going on before they prepped I remember when they used to prep the house and prep the place.
Right.
Oh man, my pops in that club, boy, he was something.
Consistency, something to be said about the consistency, no matter what is going on in this place. We came here for this experience.
Yes.
It's not about the destination, family.
Right.
It's about this experience. And it's challenging, it definitely has its challenges. It's good to have good people around you, to help keep you up, Right. It's good to have good people around you.
And we're not going to keep it. If y'all not calling in right now, I know a lot of people we already went through those questions, but if you're not calling in, it's all right. But the sister has a website. Again, give them your website.
The website is www.cowrieshellcenter.com, COWRIESHELL.com.
The number?
The number is 347-635-3676. Text me or call me for appointments, for consultations. I do consultations.
Serious inquiries, please. No call her because she look good on the TV show. No call her just because yes, she's fine. We know what we men do.
So we want to talk a little bit about the altar.
Yes, please.
I should tell you.
Go ahead. I'm letting you talk.
Okay, I should tell you that I am really, really, really looking forward to the event at St. Francis on November 11th. I will have my Ancient Blends products there.
Yes,
I will go into production in a little while. But tomorrow is November 1st.
Yes, November 1st.
Yeah, so I will start going into production. I've been getting a lot of calls about the Sacred Space Spray. Yes, I will have the Sacred Space Spray. A lot of calls about the Passion Body Butter. I will have the Passion Body Butter. No, I don't have Almond Joy anymore. It's been a while since I've had the Almond Joy Body Butter. The body butters are great for this time of year. They're very moisturizing. I have an amazing facial moisturizer as well. This is what I've been using on my skin for the last 25 years or so.
Right.
It's a Morning Glory, it's called.
Right.
But I would really like to just kind of, really
go into
talk
talk
about the altar.
And that's why I'm going to be near the camera, because this is a one-man show here. I don't have 2 1-3 people.
A little bit. Really, really. Like I was saying earlier, the altar for me is a recharging station. And every home should have a recharging station. We plug up our cell phones. We know that when you're on 10%, that you can't do a lot, and you're getting stressed because you don't want the battery to run down on you, and you're trying to do something specific. Maybe you're doing an email, you're answering text messages, or you're trying to download something, and you're working with that 9, 8, 7, 6, percent, that countdown. That can be stressful.
Yes, right.
And we get that type of stress in our bodies as well. So having this charging station, even if you use one candle, you have a small space, a windowsill, the top of a dresser or something like that. It doesn't have to be this elaborate. Not this. This is special. This is like a holiday for this evening for our ancestors. This is a tribute to the ancestors, a tribute to my all the ancient ones, the ones that we know the names of, the ones we don't know the names of, and like I said, the ones that are returning.
Right.
And for my contemporaries, this is Thanksgiving. This is saying that, you know, I appreciate love what I've been receiving all this time. I'm not asking for anything because what I need, I know this is provided for me. So I've offered fruits, I've offered tea, I've offered the fruits and the foods of the season, offered crystals. The crystals are like the bones of the earth. You know, they're like stones. They grow out of the womb of our Mother Earth.
Right.
There are stones to be used for protection. Because also at this time, like you said, there is isfit, there's a mischievous energy at this time. So I have the black candle burning just to acknowledge that I understand that, not that the black candle is negative at all, but black absorbs. And if there should be any reason, which I don't believe that there should be any reason in this particular home, this portal for beautiful ancestral energy. There's no reason for me to feel that I need to be so guarded, so protected in here. But definitely when I'm outside, I have my little pouch over here. This it's like a pinkish and green pouch, and what I keep in there is obsidian and tourmaline and you know, different elements in stone form that I keep with me on the outside. I also keep a bundle of sage with me in my bag or in my pocket, some dried sage and a lighter if I ever need to do a smudging or some Palo Santo as well. So of course the different candles represent the different things, the oranges and the yellows, the gold.
Right.
You know, this is the season, the sun, the warmth, the creativity as well. The greens are the health and prosperity. We always want to, you know, strengthen, you know, have a representation of the altar of strengthening our health. Do I have white? I don't have a white candle here, but the white vase and the selenite. Selenite is a really good crystal to have because selenite is like a magnet. It attracts things that needs cleaning and it cleans it, and it itself doesn't need to be cleansed. It's like a generator for cleaning.
Is that squash over there?
Where?
What's that?
Yeah, that's yeah.
That is squash. And why is the squash there?
Because that's one of the foods of this season, and it's actually a fruit because it has seeds in it.
It has seeds, right?
Yeah, it does have
I see the pumpkin up there too.
Yes, there's pumpkin up there, and there's some almond nuts and there's cinnamon, all symbolic, all giving thanks for what has been provided for me, what is provided, and what will continue to be provided for me. I have trust that this will continue to be provided for me. So it's nothing off me to share a cup of tea with the ancestors, to share the soup. You know, they make sure that my cupboards have the ingredients that I need, or I have the resources, that the people continue to come through these doors, that the people continue to find me via online or by the phone or in the streets, that they'll continue to find me, and I will continue to be provided for as I take care of them.
And in defense of the ancestors, they did not drink any of my soup. What happened? I stirred my soup, and it appeared like that's what. Yeah, I forgot that I stirred my soup. I was so it came to my mind, and they must be telling me, you better tell them that you say you did not drink none of your soup. We have mule and soup. All right. You know, so but I want to thank you very much for the beautiful way you presented your altar, even explained briefly about libation. And of course, a lot of people cannot wait until they see you, because you'll have a table there and you can actually get her products. Matter of fact, you wanted to go to your products real quick?
Sure.
Let's go to her products. Let's walk over. You want to explain them? They're right over here. I can see that. Good. These are products. If you want to, you can stand up. If you want to, or you feel comfortable there. You don't want to, you know. Okay. Yeah, yes, I can see it. Now, this is a product here. These are products also. You see what's going on up here? Now, explain what's going on upstairs here. What's up?
Okay.
You want to start at the top?
Yeah, at the top, we have the Ancient Blends Hair Gel. It's a plant-based. It's aloe, honey, vegetable glycerin. I use this for locking the hair, for, holding. It has a slight hold, it doesn't build up in the hair,
Right.
and it has been a #1 seller, my best seller for a lot of years.
You also crochet. Look at them crochets. Crowns up there.
Yeah, I crochet.
Too. Yeah.
These are the spring and summer crowns. I have
Mhm.
some. I do have some winter ones
Right.
that I'll be bringing out.
Right.
Also down here, I have a few of the
Mhm.
sacred space sprays.
Mhm.
The tea, the herbal. Healthy herbal hair tea. This is
Mhm.
an internal tea that you
Yes,
drink.
I got it.
This is
Mhm.
something that can be consumed during the wintertime. It has the nettle, the burdock, it has ginger in it as well,
Mhm.
rosemary. This is something that will help to maintain the hair and help stimulate hair growth, if that's providing
Right.
that there's a lot of other things going on
Right.
that's balanced in the body. It's not going to do it by itself.
Right.
But this is just something, so when you take it in,
Mhm.
you know that you are actually giving yourself something. And it does say to drink it 3 times a day.
Right.
That's for extreme hair loss.
Measures. Right.
If the extreme hair loss isn't triggered, tied to some type of a emotional trauma.
Right. Right.
Emotional trauma is a little bit more challenging to deal with
Mhm.
than just hair loss that from maybe not using the right products or
Mhm.
but stress is a major thing, and that needs to be seriously addressed. And a lot of times it's just moving away from the
Mhm.
stress, and you don't have to use any products at all.
Mm.
It's just moving away from the root of the stress, and the hair will just grow.
Go
But if
back.
you are continuing to be in that stressful situation,
Mhm.
you can spend all the money that you want on products, and it's not going to make a difference.
Mhm.
It is not going to make a difference.
You hear that?
And
Now
then
where we going? This
on
side
the
of that
bottom,
side. Okay.
on the bottom
right
we
here.
have the soaps. The soaps are, I have a peppermint, lavender, lemongrass, and I usually have oatmeal.
Mhm.
The lavender,
One of my favorites.
the oatmeal and the lavender I recommend for facial skin. That
Mhm.
those two go along with the Morning Glory moisturizing oil,
Mhm.
which should be used wet when the face is wet and the hands are wet. 2 drops during the wintertime
Mhm.
will keep you nice and moisturized and supple. The skin is not thirsty for oil; it's thirsty for water.
Right.
That's why you leave the water on the face, and then you add the oil, and you just massage it in until the oil disappears into the skin.
Mhm.
The water disappears into the skin, and the oil seals it.
Mhm.
Then we have the this is the herbal hair tea rinse.
Mhm.
This is an external hair tea. You make a tea, you have enough in there to create a gallon of the product
Mhm.
and leave it in the refrigerator. You can put it in a spray bottle
Mhm.
and spray it as you need it.
Mhm.
We also have the Yoni herbal blend.
That's right here, right?
You have 3 usage with the Yoni blend.
Mhm.
It's best, I recommend, to see how it should be used. I know people are checking it out on YouTube and things like that,
Mhm.
and that's okay depending on where you are. And if you
Mhm.
can't, but if you can treat yourself to coming and getting the full initiation, coming and getting the full 2-hour treatment for yourself,
Mhm.
I would love to be able to take you through the rites of passage and give you the aura cleansing,
Mhm.
give you the smudging
Mhm.
before you sit on the stool.
Where else you want to go? You want to go
We can
across
go
here?
to the body butter with the hair oil.
The hair oil.
Yes.
That's good. Got the
Yeah,
hair
so
oil.
we have the sacred hair and scalp oil,
Mhm.
and this is used as a hot oil treatment, a leave-in hot oil treatment. It's sage, rosemary, lavender, and lemongrass,
Mhm.
and there's a shampoo that goes with it. It's a reawakening shampoo. It's a stimulating shampoo. It's lemongrass and mint.
Mhm.
Down on the bottom, we have
Mhm.
sacred body butter. It's the same ingredients as far as like the aromatic
It's
blend.
just butter, right?
Yes,
Right.
it's cocoa butter, shea butter, avocado oils, aloe oils. It's a recipe.
Very
So
smooth.
it's very smooth.
Mhm.
It's not just shea butter, and it can be used in the hair and scalp as well. They come in, well, this season so far there'll be 4 different ones. It's sacred. The next one is inspiration.
Mhm.
Inspiration is patchouli, lavender, and vanilla.
Mhm.
And then on the bottom, there's a chi or chai. It's cloves, anise, and mint.
Mhm.
And that one is a very popular one for this season. It actually smells like it smells very woodsy, very earthy, and it's very grounding. And people use these products as anointing tools. They say that they feel like these products they have to have them at certain times of the year. They have to have them. I do carry sage. I have right now a small selection of Yoni eggs. If anyone's interested, just a small one. I usually get my inventory up at the beginning of the year, between January and February. So now that it's
what's the
closer,
importance of the Yoni egg, please?
Well, right off the top, the Yoni Egg helps with building muscle in the vaginal space. We have three separate sets of muscles in the vaginal canal. And so it really, really helps to build the muscle tone and to strengthen that area. It helps with lubrication as well, lubricating the vaginal space. And because depending on the different eggs that you use, as far as the gemstones or the crystals, these products, these tools have their different energies. They own different energies. So you research. I recommend researching the different stones, rose quartz, clear quartz, carnelian, all the different ones, black obsidian, and see which one is speaking to you. There's so many. There's such a wide variety of eggs and gemstones and crystals. So just based on what it is that you feel like you need, just research the stones. Go to Google and put in gemstones and just start reading and see which one that kind of. They say that the stones choose us.
That's
we don't
right.
necessarily choose the stones.
Well, let them choose your website. Go ahead. Give them your website.
The website is www.cowrieshellcenter.com. Sorry, it used to be Cowrie Shell Center.
Okay.
But it's just cowrieshell.com. COWRIESHELL.com.
And your number
and
again?
The number is, I'll give the cell number 347-635-3676. Text or call me.
That's right. That's good. So I want to thank you very much. Anything else you want to show? You good?
You can show the
scan the
space.
area. Let's scan the area slowly.
Yeah, this area here is where people sit in front of the mirror, and this is where we do the hair care, and I stand right here, and so we can see each other.
I can see you in the mirror too. There you go. There it is. Yeah. Oh wow! So all of this is done.
Yes,
huh?
And
it's like an altar.
Everything is an
altar.
Everything is an altar, really. Just also here, and what it does is, as I look around, as I'm working, I continue to be charged and empowered. I'm touching people. Some days I'm touching more people than other days, but I'm touching people. I'm in their aura. So I may have other things going on in my personal life. So I need to stay focused.
Exactly.
So this is what the altars do for me too. They keep me focused. I have them in my personal space. I have altars in my personal space. This is also my Kemetic altar. As a Kemetic priestess, I keep my ancestors. They got my back.
That's right.
They got my front. They can see me through the mirror.
Back and front.
And
That's
I got my back and my front. And there's I had this sign made as well.
Cowrie Shell Center.
Yes.
Yeah, I got it up there, right?
And so this area here would normally be.
Which one? Oh, that's
this area here would be quartered off
for the steam, right?
And for the steam. And I create a beautiful space here, and the fabric comes over the partitions. Wow. And it's a beautiful sacred space. Look at
the plants. How many plants do you have in this place?
At this point, I have stopped counting. At this point. I started a page, an account on Instagram called Houseplant Diary. About, I think it's a little over 2 years now, but in the first year, I started it because I was going through a lot of emotional trauma, just transformation. And I needed something that just wasn't work, because you can't just always just put it in work and work yourself into a frenzy. I needed something, and I already loved taking care of plants, and that taking care of the plants helped me to stay focused on taking care of myself. Right. It helped me to, and the plants, as I was giving them love and taking care of them, I was doing the same thing for me. And then they were doing the same thing for me, because they're taking what I breathe out, and they're giving me oxygen. So it was a beautiful exchange. It was a beautiful exchange, and I felt like I was nicely distracted by caring for the plants. And then it turned into a business, because then I became a plant consultant for different people. Yeah.
So you do that also?
I do that also. I can tell you how to take care of your plants, why certain things are happening with the plants. And I did something. I would walk into plant stores and tell them about my Instagram page, and I told them that I would actually feature their store. And I did that also for free plants.
Wow.
So I would take pictures and put it on my Instagram. And so I left the Ancient Blends account alone for a little while, maybe about 4 or 6 months or so. And my website, I left that alone for a little while. I mean, I was still doing business, but I wasn't on the social media like that. I was on there for houseplant diary. And within less than a year, I had 66.5 or 6,000 followers on that account.
Wow.
In less than a year.
Less than a year.
Yeah, I got otherwise occupied. Things have changed. Things got better. Things got worse. Things got better. It fluctuated.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into my life, and things are more balanced now. And I left the site alone. There's so much content there. There's so much amazing content, and I've shared so many other accounts that people can go to other people and have other resources besides myself. Because although I love it and I dedicated so much time to it, I knew that I had to get back to my work responsibilities. Exactly. But I would say that taking care of plants helped me not to crash. It was being surrounded by green as well. Right. It helped to keep me where I needed to be. It helped to keep me elevated as well. So, you find something wholesome, something healthy, be mindfully occupied, because if your hands are idle, if your mind is idle, you're going to get yourself into some stuff. So I stayed with the plants and
did a wonderful job.
So I don't know at this point, and this is only one room. There are plants in every single room in this place. So this is only one room. Right. And they people tell me that, that they love the way the space feels. I attribute that to the green life, the energy that the plants are giving off as well, That's right. And they're very vibrant. They love the vibrations here, the music. They love the work that I'm doing. And it's a beautiful exchange between the plant element and the spirit element and the human element. It's a beautiful exchange.
Isn't this a beautiful place, family? Everybody thank her. We want to thank her very much for allowing us in this beautiful space, the Cowrie Shell Center. Of course, you see the sign up there, the Cowrie Shell Center. I want to thank you. Remember, once again, the CowrieShell.com, right? CowrieShell.com.
CowrieShell.com. CowrieShell.com. And at Instagram, at Ancient Blends.
Ancient Blends. That's
at
right.
Ancient Blends.
At Ancient Blends. And Facebook.
Product name. Facebook, it's Yendys Nefer-Atum. YENDYS. KS. No, that was the my other website. Sorry, I mean my other email. Sorry. Yendys, YENDYS. Nefer-Atum, NEFER -ATUM. I have to think.
Right. Any Twitter? You have Twitter yet?
I have Twitter.
Not yet. Not working on it.
I do. Whatever is happening on Facebook, I believe, gets tweeted over to Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter
and
intimidates me. I don't know what's happening with that, so I don't tweet.
Yeah, I'm up to 1,000 now. People who follow me
don't
tweets.
Really
I'm gonna go up.
I don't know what's happening. Maybe somebody can kind of give me some tutelage.
Yes.
With Twitter.
Yeah, it's fun. But if you share anything on Instagram, it can go straight to Twitter also.
It can if you hit that little slide thing. I don't slide it. I only slide it to Instagram. I mean Facebook, and it goes to my product page. There is a product page on Facebook. What is it? Ancient Blends by Yendys. Yeah, Ancient Blends Organics by Yendys, and that's the product page.
Well, want to thank you. Want to shout out anybody there, please, before we get off?
Oh gosh, yes, I want to shout out everybody. I mean, there's so many names. Oh my goodness, but everybody, my friends at Life Wellness, Make Manifest, Martine's Dreams, Gigi, who is doing a film. She did a film. She went to Benin, from Brooklyn to Benin, and she's showing her work actually at Minka November 4th. I'm going to be one of the guest speakers there November 4th. I should be there about 4 or 5 o'clock. Good. Being on the panel speaking. Minka, Google Minka. I don't have the address right in front of my head right now. Right. But yes. So and anybody that I can't remember right now because I have been a little bit nervous, just a little bit. Yes. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, thank you, of course, your beautiful daughters that are into art. Oh yes, and doing my daughters. My daughters. I gotta remind you that. Yes, one of them. I mean, they both had some amazing news today. I just love their accomplishments. They both are succeeding in their crafts, and I'm very proud of them. 30 years old and 32. Yes. Very, very proud of them. Very proud of them. Yes. And everybody who is around me, who has assisted, even if that assistance looks a little weird, everybody's assisting. Everybody helps. Everybody supports. And I just want to say thank you for all the lessons, all the blessings, and I am just really grateful to be here. I asked to be here. That's right. And I'm enjoying, most times I'm enjoying the experience.
Yeah.
And what I'm not enjoying, I'm learning.
That's
I'm
right.
learning how to move through it because it's about the journey, not the destination.
Thank you again, my sister.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Now let
Shalom
me
Azab.
let me just focus on the thing here. Yes. Let me just focus and go down and it just like that.